What's going on, Clash Smashers? Rocky here today, and today we're back on Rocky 2, our Town Hall 9 account. We're going to be talking about witch slap, when to witch slap, how to witch slap, and all that great stuff, because I get a lot of questions about witch slap, and I think it's a really strong strategy right now at Town Hall 9, and this war kind of has some really good witch slap bases. I'm going to tell you guys what I'm looking for when I'm witch slapping, and honestly, a lot of bases can be witch slap pretty successfully. I'm going to be using the most basic witch slap army I can think of, and we're going to go out hit some live attacks. That's right, we're going to do these attacks live, so hopefully we get some 3 stars, and if we don't, we can talk about what went wrong. So if you're pumped up for that, guys, make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications. If you end up enjoying the video, slap a like on it, that way I know you enjoyed the video. So what we're going to do is, let's talk about the army first. This is a really basic Town Hall 9 witch slap army. You can change out that Skelly spell for another poison. I'm going to go with the Skelly spell for some distraction, back end cleanup. 10 witches, 4 healers, 1 golem, 3 wizards, bowlers in the clan castle, kind of essential stuff there. 2 jumps to get in and through the base, a rage for the kill squad, and a heal for the kill squad. Pretty basic army. I'm going to be using that on both attacks, so pretty standard stuff. Let's check out the first base I'm looking at, guys. Alright, guys, so this first base right here, it was hit by Rico, but what I'm looking at is that it's kind of an anti-air base where all the air defenses are on one side. The wizard towers are super inside. They're not going to affect our witches at all. They do have mortars on the outside, but our witches will be fine. We'll have witches healed throughout, and then we'll be able to bring our kill squad up the middle. We're going to use those few wizards just to help on the funnel, and a few witches to kind of go up the center as well. We're going to jump in like right through here, and then we'll jump again, probably right through here on this back end, just to try to take out, I might even just go more of a straight up approach right there. Just to kind of go straight through this base. So what I'm looking for in this base, all the air defenses are on this far side. By the time those air defenses are going to get the healers that are on the witches, there's not going to be much left of the base. And then the wizard towers being inside, that way it's not overloaded with splash on the outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in from this side, send our witches down the sides of that base, and then just absolutely wreck through it. And this is a lot of times what I'm looking for. Not a ton of splash on the outside, and air defenses either on one side of the base or inside the base so that they're not really going to affect my healers. That way we're not losing the healers. So let's go ahead and hit this one, guys. I'm already ready for it, and this will kind of give us a base feel for it. I know I kind of went through everything. We also see those sweepers kind of pointing away, which is good. That way it points away from our healers. Not going to affect those too much. So I'm pretty excited for this one. I think we should triple it. I'm hoping we should triple it. So hopefully things don't go bad. So let's go for it, guys. And then we got that skeleton spell that we can, you know, drop on an expo or something like that later in the base. So let's go for it. Everything looks good on the army. Always double check your army. Sometimes you're going to want to bring wall breakers, and you can take, you know, wizards and the minion out. But on this base, I'm just going to jump right in. I think we just jump right in rather than try to wall break in. I think we get more value that way. So let's go for it. Here we go, guys. So whenever you're starting the witch slap, this is how I do it. I always go with 4 witches in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 healers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 healers. And then we're going to go ahead and get that golem in there. Get those wizards helping out with the funnel. I'm going to put my king in pretty fast here. Put the queen in. It looks like the funnel is established. That's what you want to look for. Once that funnel is pretty established, we're going to go ahead and throw those bowlers in. Get our jump in. Definitely want to poison those balloons. That way they don't mess us up too bad. And then as we're working up in here, guys, I'm going to rage up these bowlers. We're going to hit that king's ability so he doesn't go down. We'll go ahead and let that stuff all work. I'm going to get that second jump spell down. Balloons are falling perfectly. I'm going to heal the bowlers as they're coming in. Check on our witches on the outside, and they are doing great. Exactly what they should be doing. You see those splash damages hitting those bowlers, but the bowlers are healed up, so it's not that big of a deal there, guys. You can see that's working really well. I'm going to go ahead and throw down a skeleton spell right there onto the expo to kind of distract that, since I figured our bowlers would kind of fizzle out there. And you see those air defenses are taking out some of our healers, but that's not a big deal because at this point we're pretty much already through the base. We go ahead and get our queen's ability there. She's going to take that out. She misses that last... she misses the jump by just a little bit. But again, we got so many witches left. I think we got all of our outside witches left, or just about left. And we still got our queen left with a good amount of health. We got this minion that we could throw up here for cleanup. Always watch those corner buildings. And that's how you wreck with witch slap, guys. It's super easy, super basic. If you see those things in a base, you should really be considering witch slap. A lot of the Town Hall 9s in this war, and even the 9.5s, which I'm going to try to hit a 9.5, try to show off a little bit for you guys. this is what you should be considering. Witch Slap is super OP. There was not a lot to that attack, guys. The fact that I could commentate it so well and get that triple, it shows that it works really well, because commentating and attacking is really hard. Our second attack, we're going to come in, we're going to hit base 20, which is actually a 9.5. But if we see here, all the air defenses, except for this one on one side, we do have wizard towers kind of on the outside, but it's really just this one. And what I'm going to do is we're going to come in from this side over here. So we'll start witches in this corner, witches in this corner. The jump value is great here. We can jump this compartment right there, and then we can jump a little bit later in as they get through that expo compartment. So the jump value is great there. I'm not overly concerned about that air defense because there's not a ton of splash up there. If the healers go down, it's not that big of a deal. We will try to shade our healers kind of away from that, and I'll show you what I mean with that in a little bit. But we're going to go with the same exact army, guys, and just try to absolutely wreck it and get through. Not a ton on the back end to be concerned about. We do have that sweeper, which might push our healers out, but that's okay. So let me get the army ready, and then we'll go ahead and hit another one, guys. Alrighty, guys, so same exact army. We're going to try out base number 20 here, right here in a quick second. Before we do, I want to show you guys Skull Crusher's hit on number 21. He's using a very similar army to us, except for that minion. He has 2 archers. He kind of recognizes that all the splash is kind of right here on the base. He's going to throw his witches in the corner there and witches in the corner here. Not overly concerned about those air defenses because there's not really much splash on the outside of this base. And then just watch how this one develops here, guys. A very nice base identification, and a lot of times we're seeing bases where they're running kind of the offset air defenses, kind of like an older style base. And these bases are really, really good to be witch slap, guys. So you'll see here, Skull Crusher going to come in, King, Queen going in against the base. Got the bowlers in there raging up, taking out that witch. Second jumps down. That way his bowlers are going to want to go into the base. You see those witches up top taking on that wizard tower. And they can take on a wizard tower, guys. One wizard tower isn't that much of a problem, honestly. With the witches getting a hit point buff, they can take that on. So you see, all that splash damage was kind of, you know, accessible by the kill squad. Not really going to affect the witches too much. Kill squad had a great path through the base with the double jump. That's why you run 2 jumps to get that kill squad nice and deep up into the base. Still see the queen doing work. Still got bowlers alive. And this one was just really well executed. Even that mortar right here on the outside, not that big of a deal, guys, because these witches are so OP. We even see the enemy queen late in the base. Just going to go down to the witches that have no healers, just because those skeletons are just so strong. So this is what you're looking for, guys. Offset air defenses, splash kind of inside, or, you know, air defenses inside. Something you think's not really going to affect your witches too much on this one. And this is why I've been kind of liking bringing that skeleton spell, because later in the base, you know, if your heroes are down or stuff like that, you can throw that skeleton spell, say, like on this mortar. He doesn't really need it here, honestly. The nice thing about Witch Slap is it's super forgiving. If you mess something up, a lot of the times the attack is going to help itself. He's still got tons of witches left. There's like 8 or 9 witches still left out of the 10. You can't complain about that. That would suck if like all the witches were clumped together and a giant bomb went off and, you know, got the 99% 2-star. But this one's going to be absolutely tripled, absolutely crushed by Skull Crusher. So I want to show that one off. Another example, since I'm only doing my 2 live attacks. So let's go ahead and get into my attack, guys. I'm really nervous about this one because this one's kind of more of a show-off attack, but I'm really confident with the plan. So I'm going to put the witches down here first, because I want them to work in that town hall and that storage first, and then we'll get the witches up top there. And again, we're going to put the healers kind of like over this way. That way, you know, as they work in, you'll see what I mean. And then we'll get the golem in. We'll get the couple witches on the back end. We'll get those wizards in, and hopefully we'll wreck it. So let's get at it. Army's looking great. Army's exactly what we want. Always double check that army. Again, we don't need a heal or a wall breakers on this one, because we're just going to jump right through here. So let's get it, guys. Town Hall 9 verse 9.5. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 witches there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, we're gonna put those 2 witches, or those 2 healers, kind of faded in there, kind of away from things. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my wizards. Let them all work for a sec. So we see that Town Hall going down. So we already secured the 1-star. Easy dubs right here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and get this jump. Don't want to get too cocky too early. It does look like we're losing a healer on this side. That happens sometimes with the Witch Slap, but that's okay. We'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and rage. I'm going to go ahead and get this second jump down. We're going to get ready to poison. All right, here comes the Clan Castle troops. I'm going to hit the King's ability. We'll heal right here, heal those bowlers and everything up. Looks like our witches on the outside are doing fine. We have that skeleton spell in case we need it to help them out. And honestly, we could throw that in like right there. I don't really think we're going to need it much later in this raid. So we can throw that in right there just to help on that mortar. Queen's doing great. King's still alive, which is always awesome. We still got bowlers alive. This was looking good, guys. So far, so good. We got that. Look, that witch down there is able to survive through that wizard tower just because the witch buff is OP. And we're going to get this one also, guys. We're going to absolutely wreck through here. Checking our corner buildings, just throw that minion in. You can run a couple archers, you can run a couple minions, you can run a couple goblins in there, whatever works for you guys. We still got, what, 4 or 5 witches left on this 9.5. Still got our queen up being healed. She's still one of those healers, but it's not a big deal, guys. We're going to absolutely wreck through here. I'm going to go ahead and pop the queen's ability just to get through. Get that archer tower down. And that's how you 6-pack with Witch Slap, guys. You see those offset air defenses? You gotta think Witch Slap. Honestly, there's no reason not to think Witch Slap. It's too easy not to. It's such a powerful attack with the witches getting that pretty much double hit point bonus, I think it was. And they're really strong at Town Hall 9, and you saw that on all the attacks today. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. When to Witch Slap, how to Witch Slap, and get those 6-packs, guys. Everyone thinks Witch Slap is just kind of like a spam easy strategy, but there's more that goes into it. You gotta be able to identify the base, identify where to go in, and it's a super powerful strategy. You should be using it. If it's effective, why not use it? So that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the Witch Pack 6-pack, Witch Slap 6-pack, something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on Clash Fashion.